Who masterminded a sex cult preying on young women at Sarah Lawrence College.
Lawrence Ray sentenced to 60 years in prison after being convicted of sex trafficking, forced labor, and other charges. Prosecutors said he took sadistic pleasure in their pain, and the judge agreed.
Eyewitness News reporter NJ Burkett was in the courtroom and is now live in Lower Manhattan with the details. NJ.
And that's right, Mike. Statements from 3 of the victims were read in open court today, every one of them chilling and grotesque. But Lawrence Ray sat barely 10 feet away from the victims and watched and listened as if they were talking about someone else. When it was his turn to speak, there was no apology, no remorse.
I think Judge Lyman really got it.
For the victims and their supporters, it was a vindication. Lawrence Ray, convicted sexual predator, sentenced to 60 years in federal prison for sexually assaulting and terrorizing students at Sarah Lawrence College. He degraded them sexually to the point where they lost any sense of self-worth, said the judge. It was sadism, pure and simple. Prosecutors say it began in 2010 when Ray moved into his daughter's dorm room at Sarah Lawrence, that he used torture, threats, and intimidation to coerce her classmates into performing sex acts and to extort millions of dollars, even forcing one young woman into prostitution. He is a malevolent, deceitful shadow of a man, she told the judge. I have no forgiveness for this man. Others were tortured and threatened into silence for years. He took away everything that made me me, said one young man. This man's crimes derailed my life. Daniel Levin described being sexually tortured repeatedly and threatened with a knife. All of my joy will be tinged with pain, he said. All of my hope will be tinged with fear. I would like to hear Larry Ray say he's sorry, but he never will. He is a remorseless man, a shameless man. I will live the rest of my life with what he did to me. When it was Ray's turn to speak, he acknowledged none of it and spoke only of his medical conditions and life in pretrial detention. I am in pain all the time, he complained to the judge. It's frightening to feel this bad. Being in jail has been horrible. It is infested with mice and roaches. Ray's defense attorney requested a 15-year sentence, but the judge would have none of it. A 15-year sentence would not begin to capture the brutality of his crimes, he said. These were acts of unspeakable cruelty. They cry out for severe punishment. End quote.
His attorney says Lawrence Ray continues to maintain his innocence. He's 63 years old and would not be eligible for release until he's at least 100.